remember that the first song was actually done by MC Light, one of the finest female MCs in the side of U to the S to the A. And of course, it's some music that tells you need to rock the party. And we are rocking the party this afternoon because we are talking about various things, incidents, and some of the most cool vibes. Now, let me start with something which is very interesting. So clearly, today culture met modernity. Culture met modernity. You know, to many people, and I've always said in this show that I'm writing my book, which is almost complete, and my book is very cultural. For example, it explores why society and communities live in a certain way and why their behaviors are in a certain manner. And now today, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga's home was a beehive of activities, and one of them is at the end, to mark the end of mourning. And among the Luos, to mark the end of mourning is such an important occasion that it has to be also significantly marked by shaving of head. And today, Raila Odinga Jr. was being shaved and also being bestowed as the leader of the family, because according to Luo traditions, and I call Luo Kitgi Gitimbegi, and if you read that book, of course, by Paulo Mboya, and if you read mine, the book which is about to be released, I will not name the whole title, but is The Magnificent People. It comes a time when the patriarch passes on, they install a new family patriarch. And today, Raila Odinga Jr. was bestowed the honor of leading the family as the patriarch after the passing of his father. And there are many things which goes with it. And maybe if you come from the areas I know, he's given a spear, he could see, and he has to take a shield. And also there's the regalia you wear. There's always a headgear most of the time, and headgear has some feathers which it depict the royalty, and sometimes there's a cacao shell hide you wear that signifies the rank in the society. So you could see that some of the clothes he was wearing were black, but he had those traditional things, regalia on him. So it is it's marking the end of mourning period, so that they can engage in other things. Something which you do not know is also very interesting. In culture, among the Luo, of course, let me tell you something. If someone dies, you are not even allowed to have conjugal rights until like today. And then even when you're having conjugal rights or you're going to get it between the sheets with your wife, it is the firstborn who does it first, and he has to signal the secondborn the next day. You cannot bypass. The tradition is very clear that even to engage in coitus, the firstborn must do it first after the shaving period. And then, and if he doesn't have somebody, atatafutiwa. Mtu lazima, someone has to come to, or a boyfriend has to do it, and then the second one, the third one, the fourth one. So Luo culture is very stringent, and it has things to follow. You cannot bypass the first one. It's an order. And that's why people are asking, why couldn't they give Winnie Odinga to be the patriarch? Patriarchy in families is a reserve for men only. There is no single day, even if a woman is the most significant leader in that family, she cannot be given the traditional role of being the head of that family. Are we clear? That's the rules. That's how they do it. That's how we do it. And maybe just to remind you, did you know that the Kenyan coat of arms was designed as the factor of how Luos established their homes? When a Luo man traditionally established his home, he had to carry as an axe, a spear, a shield, and a cockerel. You see them in that coat of arms? Yeah, we were establishing Kenya, and we established it traditionally Luo style. I think Jaramogi Oginga Odinga was at the center of this because he really understands the culture, he understood the culture. And maybe if you read Not Yet Uhuru, there are some things there you learn about from the Jaramogi's book. Interesting stuff. But away from Raila Odinga Jr. being installed as the leader of the family, ladies and gentlemen, my good friend David D. David D is at it again. And you know, I love David. He's one of the brilliant minds in economics. But sometimes he comes out as a loose tongue. And David, there's no question about his mental capabilities because he's in economics, modeling, and all that. He's fantastic. He can deliver content that you'd love to be associated with. But when he drops the pen sometimes and thinks like an African, like a Kenyan, or a street Kenyan, then that's where I have a problem with him. Now, David D has just written on his X that I like it. It's about there's a British parliamentarian who was talking about people being responsible for what they post and what they write, and the government should come back can come and arrest them and even deal with them the way the government deems necessary. And David D was like, he likes it. Its application, and he says that the Gunzi were rolling on the ground screaming because I called them digital wankers or just crybabies. Now, you see, that's why I have a problem. He called Gunzi digital wankers or just crybabies. And he says we can adopt this as long as the victims are identifiable from responding to equal measures like coffins, abductions, and the works. You know, if you look at the good economist thinking of how Kenyans have been abducted, others have been in coffins, and you say that that's how you can respond, then I think this world, we are losing it totally. What do you guys need to tell David D? Because David D has just written that statement. And we are busy, as I know Kenyans, we are suffering from lack of enough finances to keep us moving. Unajaribu kupunguza mizigo in our cost of living, but the guy talks the way he feels, and I think he's eaten too much. He's just vomiting in his shoes. That's the difference. So anyway, keep listening. It's a Spice FM drive, and I give you only the beautiful conversations. Now, let me give a quick shout out to a couple of guys who are there listening and who are joining us. Let me say, Rose Joseph, I see you. Asante sana. Keep listening. It's a good to have you around. It's only good vibes only. Elvis Wandera, Robert Niro, Moses Kaboom, Hillary Kipngeno Ngetich, and Wanyonyi KE. We know you guys are listening. Keep listening. And next segment, we bring the guest who is coming to tell us more